Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome back to Frankfurt for NXT Takeover Frankfurt Part 2 of our pay-per-view, and this one's going to be absolutely huge. You're not going to want to miss this at all. We're going to crown two brand new champions with the Tag Team Championships in our main event, but first... But first, we're going to be crowning our first NXT UK Lightweight Champion in a 6-man Invitational ladder match. The first man who is taking up that invitation is going to be Mark Andrews. An interesting concept to Mark Andrews. Someone who I feel like has not really done as well as I think he may have been hoping he was going to, but I feel like NXT UK has been a real good thing for him, and of course in our roster as well, and this could be a big step for him to walk away with a championship. Alright, the second person then to take up the invitation is going to be... Oh, it's El Ligero. Okay, we've not seen Ligero so far in this universe mode. First opportunity to do so. It's not the best core in the world, but it's effective. It'll do the trick, and El Ligero, who I'm assuming in NXT UK is not actually... when we used to watch him on the indie scene in the UK, he was billed as from Tijuana, Mexico. I don't believe he is anymore, but this is a big opportunity for him. The third person to take up our invitation is going to be... Oh, it's Jordan Devlin. Okay. Jordan Devlin, a bit out of the blue this one, but a great opportunity for him to walk away with a championship. A real star in the making, this young lad. Of course, we've had some good times with him in the past, most notably his fantastic run as part of the Irish team in the SW World Cup last year. And the fourth person to go our invitation is going to be Rockstar Spud. We've not seen him wrestle so far. We've seen him come in and give his match away to Razor, I believe it was. But this is his opportunity to show us what he can do himself this time and maybe walk away with a British, the UK Lightweight Championship. Right then, who's going to be number 5 to take up this invitation for this UK Lightweight Championship match? Hello! Wow, making his debut in NXT UK, it's Will Ospreay. What a signing for NXT UK this is going to be, and somebody who's instantly just become the favourite in this match. A man who Gravity has completely forgot. And possibly the best cruiserweight in the world at the moment. Our 6th and final man in this match. Who's it going to be? No way! Wow. Talking of the man that Gravity forgot, here is the original. We have got Pac. Wow. Obviously part of our New Japan Pro Wrestling Universe mode at this point in time as well. And now joining NXT UK as well. Wow, what a match this is going to be. 2 massive names signed up to this roster. Well, I said it was going to be a big episode, this one, didn't I? And it's starting with a bang. But let's hope we start with a good match as well then, as these 6 men go to battle. Mark Andrews, Jordan Devlin, Will Ospreay, El Ligero, and Rockstar Spud and Pac all fighting to become the first NXT UK Lightweight Champion. Wow. What a match this is going to be. I mean, adding people like adding people like Pac and Ospreay to the roster is really going to hopefully improve the amount of things that we can do. Hopefully it's going to really improve the sort of storylines and the match quality as well. I mean, just the concept of Neville versus Ospreay in a one-on-one match is what I'm looking forward to. That should be pretty interesting at some point. As all 6 men in the ring once again. It's going to take a little bit of time for this match to sort of calm down a bit. There's going to be a lot of action early on. Then as time goes on, players are going to get more tired. And it's going to become a lot more opportunities to climb the ladder. That wasn't the right sentence, I know, but it did the trick in the end. So Spud's doing really well here. He's got Pac up on his shoulders, dropping neck first across that top rope. And all of a sudden, there's only 3 in the ring. Devlin, no, just Pac and Spud now middle of the ring. Pac taking Spud down with a spear as Ospreay now taking Devlin out on the outside. But Ligeiro's there. Actually, this Ligero call's not terrible, you know. It's not terrible at all. Spud taking down Pac. I mean, I'm not going to remember to call him Drake Maverick, so we're going to stick with Spud. I need to get used to calling Neville Pac again. I've just been so used to Neville all this time. But Pac, of course, is what he is now. One of the main men in AEW. As well as along a lot of the UK indie scene as well. Nice head scissors takedown there by Ligero on Devlin. Devlin takes Ligero down. Back up to his feet, went for the jumping kick, but Devlin avoided it. Ligero boot in the gut, now gets from the back of Devlin into a neck breaker. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more in this up-and-coming month leading to our next takeover. Mainly the reason behind this month being a little bit... we've not seen a lot of people because we've had a lot of tournaments and a lot of qualifiers for matches at Takeover. So leading up to the next Takeover, it's going to be a lot more open. There's going to be a lot more interesting matches going on. Hopefully build some feuds and bits and bobs like that up. As nice takedown there on the outside by Ospreay on Pac. All 6 men now on the outside, and I think Devlin is... Nope, maybe not. I thought he was heading over towards that table, but towards the ladder. No, Mark Andrews, though, is heading round towards the ladder. Mark Andrews slides the ladder into the ring. We've got our first... Oh, no, Will Ospreay pulls another ladder from underneath the ring. As Rockstar Spud... Just realised how similar Spud and Mark Andrews' attires are. It's just that silver and black trunks. It could be an interesting tag team there. I did have Mark Andrews sort of maybe penciled into tag with Pete Dunne at some point. There was a tag team on the UK scene when myself and PJ Tovey were going around to watch, and they were called Flips and Forearms. Spud trying to push the ladder over. Does he have the physical strength to do so? He does. The ladder is over and then brings Mark Andrews down into a powerbomb. And Spud is incredibly happy with himself after that. I think that must be the first time in his entire career he's ever hit a powerbomb, so he's really happy with himself. Spud has the ladder. It's a bit heavy for him as well, but he does set it up. And the other 4 men are fighting on the outside, and Spud's got a chance here, you know. He's at the top of the ladder. He has a hold of the championship. Mark Andrews is going to join him up there. Devlin's back in the ring as well. Devlin just pulls Spud straight off. But then Mark Andrews grabs a hold of the belt. And again, Rockstar Spud powerbombs Mark Andrews. But this time does not get a chance to celebrate as he's launched to the outside by Jordan Devlin. Who now... Spud actually landed on a ladder on the outside as well. Now Devlin has a ladder on the inside. Up to the top he goes and has a hold of the championship. Ospreay sees it. Somebody's got to try and do something. There we go, finally. They're so slow, it doesn't look like there's much urgency to try and get people off the ladder, is there? As both Neville and Ospreay... Neville and Mark Andrews pushing that ladder over Ospreay. And Devlin crash to the ground down below. Neville dumping Mark Andrews to the outside. And now Devlin rolls into the corner. Or Neville just... Or Pac, should I say, just slamming the ladder into the throat of Devlin. Then launching the ladder to the outside. Obviously, Pac believes there's more damage to be done before he believes he can go for that championship. Or maybe not, as he's going after the ladder again now. But Spud has set a ladder in. Pac also sends a ladder in. Spud sets his ladder up perfectly in the middle of the ring. And both Spud and Pac fighting it out now. Spud with a strikes right under the chin of Pac, who's crashed down to the ground. And all of a sudden, 5 men slide in the ring. Ospreay sneaks up behind everyone's back and gets a hold of the championship, but Devlin's up there now as well. Devlin with a forearm strikes on Ospreay, who still holds on. And Ospreay crashes to the ground down below, and all of a sudden Devlin has a hold of the championship belt. There's no one there at this point in time to stop him as well. Mark Andrews has spotted it. Slides into the ring. Clubbing blow to the back, but still Devlin holds on to the championship, and again. And again. And I think Devlin's... Yes, Devlin's pulled down the belt. Jordan Devlin. Mark Andrews, the forearm strikes the back of Jordan Devlin was not enough. Devlin's still able to hold on to the championship. And Jordan Devlin wins this match. Okay. Wow, we have the likes of Pac and Ospreay in this match. And that's a real massive push for Devlin to give him this opportunity to walk away as the first ever UK lightweight champion. He's not a championship, of course. And there we go. Jordan Devlin holds the championship up high at the top of the ladder. He's as surprised as anyone at this point in time. And there we go. The British NXT UK lightweight champion is Jordan Devlin. Right then, time for our second match of the evening. This guy's been doing my head in. He's Mr. Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Been in my office all morning, in and out, just badgering me because he's not on the card here this evening. And I just got fed up with him. So I promised him a match here. I've made a few phone calls, and we've managed to secure a new member to the roster. And I think he'll be the perfect opponent for Jack Gallagher. I say, Gallagher's been doing my head in. He's been demanding a match, and you know what? If you want one so badly, let's give you one. Let's find out who your opponent is going to be, shall we? So, Jack Gallagher's opponent is going to be making his debut in NXT UK. We have got Nick Aldis. Of course, you don't know him. He is Magnus from TNA. Currently married to Mickie James as well, if that makes any difference to you. And this is a great opportunity for him to make his debut here in NXT UK. It's a pretty good core, actually. I'm pretty impressed with this Nick Aldis core. Not bad at all, but let's just see how he gets on in the ring as he just slams Gentleman Jack Gallagher straight down, boot into the spine as well. Slamming Gallagher arm first into the mat. Wow, went for the German suplex, but Gentleman Jack Gallagher flipped out the back of it, but there's definitely a difference in size here in that Aldis is a much bigger unit than Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Nice arm breaker. Elbow drop by Jack Gallagher as well. Brings Aldis back up to his feet. Chop to the gut, and Gallagher's going to try his sneaky technical ability as much as he can, but Aldis, of course, much more experience. I believe he's the current NWA champion, where he was. I'm not sure if he is anymore. It'll be interesting to see if the NWA champion does well here. Taking down Jack Gallagher once again with a shoulder block. Dropping a boot onto the back of the arm. Aldis now takes Gallagher up and drops him in that cutter. There's the pin by Aldis early on in the match. Only a 1 count. It's going to take more than that to keep Gentleman Jack Gallagher down. Aldis sends him into the corner, follows up with a huge clothesline. And now the domination being shown here by Aldis. There's the Fez press into the punches. Aldis now still trying to decide what to do with himself, just slamming the arm into the mat. Backs away into the corner. Was he planned? Went for a spear, but Jack Gallagher jumped over the top of it. Went for a headbutt, but Aldis caught him straight away with the uppercut. Jack Gallagher fighting back with the punches, and now Aldis catches him and slams him down once again. And it looks like he's setting up for that once again. There's the spear, there's the pin. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Okay. Gentleman Jack Gallagher is going to make Nick Aldis really work for this debut victory. Gallagher with the uppercut. And Aldis now taking him up into a power slam. Stomping on the arm, and now Aldis wrenching back. It was like a very loose version of a cloverleaf knee into the spine at the same time, which is a much more painful way of doing it. And there we go, it's a tap out. And Nick Aldis is victorious on his debut, making Jack Gallagher tap out. And that's interesting to me. That submission finish is very interesting, because that could be Nick Aldis' way into potentially our Pure Championship division as well. So there we go, making his debut. We've had 3 debutants in this video already. That's crazy, isn't it? We've seen Will Ospreay, we've seen Pac, and now Nick Aldis all joining the NXT UK roster. And we've still got our Tag Team Championship match coming up. And here we go then, here is our main event of the evening. NXT UK Tag Team Championships on the line. Fatal 4-way Tornado Elimination Tag Team match. However, everyone has to be eliminated individually. Just because you'll get eliminated does not mean your team is eliminated until both members of the team are eliminated. Does that make sense? Or was that just a lot more babble than it needed to be? Either way, we've got The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, Moustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, the Grizzled Young Vets, Zach Gibson and James Drake, and Spetznaz, Rusev, and Ilja Dragunov. Let's go. So we go then, first of all, we have got the team of Trent Seven and Tyler Bate, Moustache Mountain. And the second team then is the Grizzled Young Vets. We've got James Drake here on the left, Zach Gibson on the right. A very effective tag team. I believe they were the first NXT UK Tag Team Champions in real life. Be interested if they can do it here on the game as well. And our third team then, Sheamus and Cesaro, The Bar. Very effective tag team. 2 potential NXT UK champions here as well. That's the thing with this roster. I mean, they're fantastic individually, but think how good they could be. Sorry, they're fantastic as a team, but also think how great they could be individually. We did see Sheamus, of course, pick up a massive victory on our previous episode of NXT, not previous one, the one before the previous episode of NXT UK. Really bringing in some great momentum into this match. And the fourth and final team is the team of Rusev and Ilja Dragunov. It is Spetznaz. The bell goes in, we are underway. Like I said, this is an 8-man, 4-team Tornado Elimination match for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Each member of each team has to be eliminated individually, so you could have your partner eliminated first and still go on and win the Tag Team Championships for your team. Which makes things very interesting indeed. It's going to be a real struggle here. There's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of men. You need to keep your eye over your shoulder. Because that's the way these sort of matches work, especially with this many people. I mean, there's 8 men in this match, and you know that only one of them's got your back. The other 6 are trying to get whatever opportunity they can to get you from behind. And that's something they need to be wary of. As Ilja Dragunov, I'm probably pronouncing that very, very badly. Ilja, I'm sure it's Ilja. I-L-J-A. That's Dragunov, I believe. Dragunov. Stroganoff. I don't know. I believe he has joined WWE NXT UK as well. Not sure if he's made his debut yet. Of course, he's worked a lot across Europe, including, obviously, WXW, which is probably, I don't know, arguably one of the biggest companies in Europe. I'm not sure who is classed as the biggest company in Europe. I mean, it's probably between ICW, Progress, and WXW, I would assume, are the 3 biggest companies. There's the pin. Looks like Tyler Bate on Rusev. I mean, those are going to be the big ones, I think. Rusev Cesaro, and Sheamus. Those are all the people that have come from the main roster. They're probably going to be the ones with the targets on their back because they know how experienced they are. But I think a lot of these guys in this match will fancy their opportunity. They will fancy their chances. Especially teams like Moustache Mountain, for example. They've been together for a very, very long time. They probably have the best cohesion as a tag team, surely you would think. I still look at this arena. I still love this arena. I really do. It's so well done. Nice power slam there by Sheamus. On the outside on Zach Gibson. Brings him back up to his feet and again takes him up and slams him this time. There we go. Spine first into the ring post. And all of a sudden everyone's starting to clear the ring. And we have just Cesaro and Trent Seven left middle of the ring. There's the pin. Oh, there for a 1 count. Cesaro flips straight back up to his feet. Went for the drop kick, but Trent Seven saw it coming and avoided it. A trade of chops between the two big men. Cesaro sends Trent into the corner and slams him out with almost like a rock bottom. Trent stalking Cesaro. Cesaro fighting back there with a stiff right hand. Trent takes him back up on his shoulder straight after into an aeroplane spin. Of course, this is elimination, no disqualifications. However, pinfalls and submissions have to take place inside the ring. Nice knee drop there by Trent Seven on Cesaro, boot in the spine as well. Cesaro's been busted open, I didn't even realise that. Cesaro taking Trent up into... It's a butterfly, boom, slams him down. The camera's shaking a bit, isn't it? That is a... I think I've had a couple of questions about that. That's an inbuilt thing into the game. I think you can change it, I believe. It's normally when people have got like submissions locked in. It makes the screen shake. It's happening a lot at the moment, isn't it? Let me see if I can switch it off. Is it options? Match options. Camera shakes off. Let's do that then. Because it is doing my head in this match, I must admit. There's a lot of it going on. That's better. Right, Cesaro taking down Trent Seven. And he's going to fold him up into that sharp shooter. Are we going to see our first elimination in this match? No, Trent is able to break free. Super kick there by Tyler Bate on Ilja Dragunov. Cesaro dumping Trent Seven to the outside. And Zach Gibson now catching a hold of Sheamus. His elbow in the back as James Drake fighting now against Dragunov. Wow. Zach Gibson just booting out the shin of Sheamus. Brutal. Rusev just launching Tyler Bate with almost like a sleeper suplex. Pin here by Dragunov on Sheamus. Will this be the first elimination? It is. Sheamus is out. Ilja Dragunov from the Spetznaz getting the elimination of Sheamus. That's a big elimination. As now there's a pile driver by Trent Seven on James Drake. He doesn't go for the pin though. Where's the ref gone? There he is. How did I lost the ref from out? I don't know how I lost him. He's right there. Trent now front chancery on James Drake. Cesaro now back of the ring. Remember, Cesaro is on his own now, but can still win the tag team championships. He just needs to be the last man up. And there's a very European uppercut on Dragunov, who just gets straight back up to his feet. He no-sold it. Zach Gibson taking him up, drops him neck first across that top rope. Cesaro drops into the pin. One. It's only a 1 count. Wow. There's a lot of work still to be done, isn't there? And you saw Cesaro just going after Dragunov, not happy with having his tag team partner eliminated. Zach Gibson drops into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. I think Rusev's just been busted open as well. I think everyone's being busted open here. Cesaro's wearing a crimson mask already. Trent Seven's wearing a crimson mask. Rusev is as well. DDT there by James Drake. Floats into the pin on Trent Seven. Rusev blocking Tyler Bate off. And that's enough for the elimination. Trent Seven is the second man eliminated. Tyler Bate is now on his own. So Grizzled Young Vets and Spetznaz doing very well. Oh, hello. Rusev went for the matchka kick. James Drake moved out the way and he ended up match kicking his own tag team partner. Cesaro now looking to roll over Zach Gibson into a sharpshooter, but too close to the ropes. So yeah, it's looking for Spetznaz and for Grizzled Young Vets here. They're the only teams left with 2 members. The Bar and Moustache Mountain are both left with only 1 member in the match. Dragunov now with just the boots in the face of Tyler Bate. Superplex to the outside by Zach Gibson and Cesaro. Dragunov dropping the knees into the spine of Tyler Bate. I don't think it's going to be too long for Moustache Mountain to eliminate from this. There's a big lariat as well. Went for like an earthquake slam there and Tyler Bate rolled out the way. But gets caught with the arm breaker almost straight away. Dragunov just looks so strong. And now locking in the submission. A Gargano escape style submission. If Tyler Bate taps, Moustache Mountain are out of this match. It looks like Tyler Bate's going to escape. He does. As James Drake now with Rusev middle of the ring. Goes in for the pin. But Dragunov was there to break it up straight away. Cesaro straight jacket German on James Drake. Zach Gibson's down on the outside. Only a 2 count again. Be very interesting if either of Spetznaz or Grizzled Young Vets get eliminated. Strong work here. It looks like Cesaro is almost working alongside Tyler Bate here to try and eliminate some of the other teams. Tyler Bate, Tyler Driver on Dragunov. This could be it. 1, 2. Only a 2. Wow. Cesaro with a gut wrench, but saved by his partner. Cesaro once again stalking Zach Gibson this time, but again, I think he's too close to the ropes. He is. Went for that sharpshooter again. Rusev bringing Drake back up to his feet and then Drake taking him down. There's a pin there by Dragunov on... there's pins everywhere. Here's Drake on Rusev, but Dragunov broke it up. Now submission locked in here by Gibson on Cesaro. Will Cesaro tap? If he does, no, he breaks free as well. None of these teams want to go home here. They all want this tag team championship. Forearm there by Gibson on Cesaro. Couple of strikes. Just a pair of them inside the middle of the ring now. Cesaro rocking a crimson mask as well. Gibson taking Cesaro up. Drapes him across the top rope. And spikes him with the DDT. There's the pin. Is this going to be the end of the bar in this match? No. Cesaro's still able to kick out. And here we go. James Drake's now got a crimson mask. More and more masks being given out. Zach Gibson now brings Cesaro back up to his feet into a lung blower. Drake dropping Dragunov face first. There's the pin. 1, 2. Why did Cesaro break that up? Cesaro desperately needed that to happen. That would have put Spetznaz down to 1 member as well, which would have really opened this match up for him. It would have made it more of a 4-way rather than the moment you've got 2 teams of 1 and 2 teams of 2. Pin here, and again. Nope, James Drake survives, kicks out on the 2. Dragging off the big clothesline on Zach Gibson, and it's only a 2 again. Both Cesaro and Tyler Bate need someone to be knocked out of the 2 teams that have still got 2 left. Otherwise, the lower this match gets, the more one-sided it can become. There's the very European uppercut by Cesaro. James Drake striking Cesaro back. Rusev locked into submission now. What was there? Zach Gibson locking in a submission now. It was drug enough, and again, Tyler Bate broke it up. Tyler Bate now drops into the pin. 1, 2, still not enough. It's a bit crazy at the moment, isn't it? How we've seen a couple of people break pins that are really not beneficial for them to do so. Again, locking in the Kimura lock. Again, he's broke it. Why are you breaking it, Tyler Bate? This game frustrates the hell out of me. It's stupid. Why would anyone break that submission hold? You wouldn't do, would you? Cesaro now locking James Drake on the turnbuckle. At least we also now know then that Zach Gibson likes to use the submission as a finisher as well. Therefore, he could definitely be involved in the Pure Championship. Cesaro now scoop slam with the arm hook behind the back. And now reverse Dragon Sleeper, but too close to the ropes. Still 6 men left. It seems to be a long time since we had the eliminations of both Sheamus and Trent Seven, doesn't it? As everyone now on the outside of the ring. Tyler Bate does slide back in. Maybe a chance for him to take a bit of a breather. To flow out to the other side where Cesaro and Rusev are fighting. James Drake slides in the ring, as does Rusev. If one of these two... Oh, what a stiff right hand that was. If one of these two get eliminated, that's definitely going to make it very, very good for the last team of 2. There's the pin here by James Drake, but Dragunov was there to break it up straight away. An uppercut to the back of the neck of James Drake. There's the pin by Dragunov. 1, 2, only a 2 count. We need something big. Oh, nice back elbow there by James Drake. And dropping Dragunov face first. There's the pin. But Rusev is there straight away to break up. That makes sense. Breaking up the one that's going to knock your partner out. Zach Gibson is catching Rusev. Nice takedown on Rusev. And now Tyler Bates rocking the Crimson Mask as well. Big DDT, and Dragunov gets the Crimson Mask. I think that's a full set now. I think everyone's got the Crimson... Oh, maybe Zach Gibson hasn't yet. No, he hasn't. But there is the Kimura locked in on Dragunov. If he taps, then Spetznaz are down. He does tap. Rusev got there, but a moment too late, and Rusev is on his own. So now it's the grizzled young vets, both James Drake and Zach Gibson, versus Rusev, versus Cesaro, versus Tyler Bate. Wow. This is a great opportunity here for the grizzled young vets to become our first tag team champions. I feel like the other teams need to work together to try and eliminate one of them. There's the pin there by James Drake on Tyler Bate. And there's the elimination of Tyler Bate. Moustache Mountain out. This is grizzled young vets' big opportunity. Submission locked in though. And referee shows both it's a rope break. And Cesaro's going to go for it again, but again it's too close to the rope, Cesaro. Think about this. Come on. Be half intelligent, game. So I think for the good of the match, I think both Cesaro and Rusev need to work together to eliminate one of the grizzled young vets here, I think. However, the grizzled young vets are in control of this match. But Rusev out of nowhere catches Gibson middle of the ring and slams him down. And now I thought he was going to go for the submission. Of course, the accolade, but he didn't. And now James Drake comes in and breaks up the chin lock. And out of nowhere, Cesaro with a jumping forearm. Cesaro brings Gibson back up, went for the forearm once again. Cesaro butterflies him up. Makes him think about it. And drops him down hard. Say Rusev and Cesaro need to work together here, don't they? But doesn't seem like they've got any interest in doing that. Rusev went for the Machka kick. Cesaro avoided it. Rusev caught Cesaro once again. And Machka kick to the back of the head. Cesaro is down. Gibson drops into the pin. But too close to the ropes. Rusev will need to save Cesaro if he does get pinned here, because he needs to keep this not a 2-on-1. But Rusev has no interest, it seems. His intelligence is not that high. Gibson now grabs a hold of Cesaro. Uppercut to the back of the head. Gibson now stalking Cesaro. Takes him up, spinning suplex. 1, 2, and 3. There's the elimination of Cesaro. Rusev is now on his own with both the Grizzled Young Vets. And straight away, they're just going to take him out, aren't they? Zach Gibson working on the arm of Rusev. Rusev now just sending Zach Gibson over his shoulders. James Drake into a spinning neckbreaker. And this is going to be almost impossible now, isn't it, for Rusev? Like I said, he needed to work with Cesaro. They needed to eliminate one of the Grizzled Young Vets, but it hasn't happened at all. And now Rusev on his own. Clotheslines. Okay, this is his opportunity now. Oh, but James Drake, that forearm. That forearm. Drake heads up top. Big leg drop on Rusev. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. The Grizzled Young Vets are your first NXT UK Tag Team Champions. Wow. What a match that was. A bit of poor AI here and there. Tyler Bate breaking up some submissions that really would have been beneficial for him, to be honest with you. Rusev and Cesaro should have been working together to take out at least one of the Grizzled Young Vets. But instead it was the great work and resilience of the Young Vets to get the whole way through this match without a single elimination. Wow, they both of them finished the match. They're looking very, very strong here. And there we go. Zach Gibson and James Drake are your new NXT UK Tag Team Champions here at NXT Takeover Frankfurt. Well, there we go. What a match. What a show. 3 debuts, 2 brand new champions. What more could you ask for? Right, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and of course subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back next time for the 3rd and final part of our NXT Takeover Frankfurt pay-per-view. We will crown our first NXT UK Pure Champion, our submission-based belt. We've got a massive fatal 4-way match involving, well, literally some of the most massive people in the roster. And then, of course, our main event. We have got Travis Banks versus Aleister Black for the NXT UK Championship. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our next episode of NXT UK. Bye.
The ones who